Hi, welcome to my channel Aspire Knowledge. My name is Victoria and I created this channel to provide tutorials on how to do bookkeeping in Australia. In this channel, we will be covering tutorials on how to use one of the leading cloud accounting software, which is Xero. This video will be one of the many series of the tutorials that I will be featuring in my channel. That is how to do bookkeeping using Xero accounting software. So let's get started. How to navigate Xero using the menu bars. In Xero, you will find different menu bars on the top and different icons on this side. So the first menu bar is the organization menu, the dashboard, business, accounting, payroll, projects, contacts, and these are the different icons which when you click each one, it will show you what functions and features underneath. So the first menu is the organization menu. This this tab allows you to access uploaded files, organization settings, advanced settings, and connected apps. You can also switch between organizations by clicking on the drop-down arrow here. Under the business menu, it provides access to tasks such as sales invoices, bills, expense claims, and manage inventory items under the products and services. Under this menu is the analytics showing the business snapshot and short-term cash flow. Now go back to the dashboard. The dashboard provides the snapshot of the cash flow, business bank accounts, and other business financials that you would like to monitor and that you would like to have a quick access on. The next one is the accounting menu. This provides access to bank accounts, reports, and advanced settings and other tools such as fixed assets and chart of accounts. Under the payroll and projects, if the organization has included these in their subscriptions or if the business has employees that they need to pay the salaries, then you will have these features enabled and you will be able to see these tabs on the navigation bar. And depending on the user role, on your user role, you will be able to access these tabs as well. And the last one is the contacts, and obviously this menu shows the information about the customers and the suppliers. The last one is the user menu. The user menu, when you click this one, it will show you edit profile, and this is where you can update and put some details, your personal details and business details, and this is where you can upload your profile pictures as well, as shown above. And under the account, when you click account, this will allow you to change your login email and password, and also this is where it allows you to opt into a two-step authentication. Yes. And Learning Central, when you click this one, this will gonna give you access to your Xero education. And this is the way to log out as well. The next one is the notifications. Okay. All right. So the notification, on this top right hand side, it will show the different icons. The first one is the plus sign, the search button, the notification, and the help button. So this arrow should be for that one, not for the question, not for the help button. So it did move. So the notification bell is this one. So when you click this one, it will show you all the latest releases from Xero. If there's some bank feeds, status updates, it will show up here as well. And this question mark is the help button. And this 9 dots here is where you can find all the apps in the market that can be integrated to Xero. And this is the user menu. Next one is the logins. The logins, okay. You can keep an eye to your recent login to an organization by viewing the login location, time, and IP address every time you access the organization. And this is where you will find it. Just click that highlighted information there, and it will take you to that login history. Right, and at the end of this presentation, I will be doing some exercises to practice your new skills that we have covered in how to navigate Xero by using the menu bars and the icons. Now let's get started, and I'm going to show some demonstration in Xero. So first, go to Google and log into Xero. Just click login and it will take you to the demo company. So we will be, for this demonstration, we will be using a demo company. So when you first log in to Xero, this is the first page that you can able to see. This is what you call the dashboard. This is the dashboard. Right. Okay, so I'm going to show you each functions under each menu bars. As explained earlier on, this first tab is the organization menu. When you click the drop down arrow, it will show you the different functions and features under this menu bar. The first one is the files. The files section is where you can upload and store all the other invoices, documents, or other paperwork that you will need to file online. And so that the accountants or the business owners or anyone who can access this Xero can able to access with. So this 2021 financial year, I just created that. So let's say, for example, you would like to create the financial year for 2019. Just type that and click save. And then you can just upload any invoices, documents, or receipts up here. And when you click on the inbox, it will show you this email address in here. What is this email address for? So if you would like to send to Xero or upload to Xero bulk of receipts or documents, just right click this email address and copy, and then you can create an email and attach all the receipts and documents and send it through, and it will automatically be saved up here. Right? Oops. So let's go back. What happened in Xero? Right. Now I'm going to show you another features or functions in Xero, which is the settings. This is very important, and I would encourage everyone before starting to work on any accounts of the clients to have a look on the settings on how the accounts of the clients is being set up. And this is where you will find all these settings. The first page that you can see is the organization settings, and under this is where you can find the organization details. When you click that, it will take you to this page, and this is where you can find all the legal trading name of the company. You can upload the logo of the company here and put some more other important relevant details about the company. ABN number, what is the organization type, this demo company is a company, another organization description, postal address, physical address and other thing. And you can also put the website if they have a website, email and telephone address. So basically, organization, users, currencies, connected apps, invoice settings. Invoice settings, this is where you're going to customize the invoice of the company. But if you don't like to do the customization of the invoice, Xero has a default settings or has a default invoice already that you can use. And payment services, if the company is connected to any payment services such as PayPal or Square or Stripe, and they get connected with all those payment facilities, it will be shown up here. Email setting, payroll setting. This is a big setup that needs to be done, but this needs a separate video tutorials, because it requires a lot of information that needs to be discussed. So, and also anyone who will set up the payroll should have a good understanding on how the labor laws in Australia, the leave, the policies, and everything. Let's go back to settings. And the other functions under the organization settings is the expenses and all other things like Xero to Xero, custom contact links, which is not widely used. Now, under the settings, there is another page. Just click on this, looking for advanced settings. This is very important. And under this advanced accounting, on this left side shows the advanced features, and on the right side shows the advanced settings. Let's start with the advanced features. Find and recode. What is the find and recode? Find and recode is used if you would like to recode some transactions into another account code. So I'm going to demonstrate it to you. So let's just duplicate this window. So let's say, for example, find and record. I'm just going to walk you through on how to use it. Let's say, for example, I would like to record certain transactions, like, for example, okay, account, okay. So there are some transactions under the sales account that I would like to record to another account code. Let's say, for example, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transactions, I would like to record it from this account, 200-sales, to another account code. So the first thing you will have to do is just find the account code that you would like to use. So currently you have been using 200-sales, and I would like to record these 5 transactions all at once into another account code. Let's say, for example, let's speak to 65 another income. So just key in the new account code, leave the contact as it is and the tax rate, and click review, and then click review, and it will do the recording all at once. So this will save you time instead of clicking one by one and changing the account code. So it saves you time. Right, so that's the account code. And under this about advanced accounting, where you can find the manual journals, just in case you would like to use this function. And this is where also you can record your fixed assets, such as the motor vehicles and other capital assets, office equipments that needs to be depreciated. This is where you can add in and record those lists. Assurance dashboard, export accounting and history notes. And under the advanced setting is the financial setting, chart of account, tax rates, fixed asset settings, tracking categories, report codes, report using schedules, and conversion balances. Let's start from the top. The financial settings is very important. The financial settings, this is the settings that this is the page where you can input all the important information about and details and information that's required in completing the activity statements for the business, or what we call the business activity statements. What is this business activity statements? This is another tax reporting. This is another tax report that each businesses in Australia who are registered for goods and services tax, or GST, are required to lodge and submit their business activities statement on a monthly or quarterly basis. And that is required by law only if they are registered for GST. The GST, or the Goods and Services Tax, is the equivalent taxation as VAT, or the value added tax, that the US or Philippines or other countries are using. So the first field here that you need to fill out is this the GST accounting method, and we have two methods: cash basis or accrual basis. So the difference between the two is the cash basis is you will only pay GST and claim GST on those sales invoices and bills that you have actually paid for that particular period. While under the accrual basis, once you enter the sales invoices in your Xero and also all the bills and purchases, regardless of these bills and purchases are already paid or not, you will have to declare the GST and lodge and pay whatever GST payable that you need to pay to the tax office. And here you have to key in the tax file number. And in this field, this is what is this telling us is when you can lodge and submit and pay your GST. So you can do that annually, quarterly, or monthly. And PAYU withheld period. If the company has an employees, and definitely they are withholding the withholding tax. So those withholding tax needs to be remitted or paid to the Australian tax office. And if they are an employers who are PAYU withholders, they will have to include this money in the business activity statements. And if they're submitting the business activity statement on a quarterly basis, they will have to include it on the quarterly basis. Or if they're doing it on monthly, they will have to do it on monthly basis. PAYG income tax method. If the company is required by the tax office to pay some certain amount in the business activity statements, they will have to include this on the activity statements. This amount is like a withholding tax or an advance payments of the tax. Now, if the company is also registered for fringe benefits tax, fuel tax credit, and wine equalization tax, they will have to pick this, and this will be processed on the BAS or the business activity statements. And down here is the log dates. If you are the administrators or the advisor, you can put certain dates up here. Let's say, for example, 30th of June 2021, which means I don't like any users, bookkeepers, or even the owners to make changes on any transactions entered in Xero before 30th of June 2021. If you put the certain dates up here, this is what you call the soft lock. And if you put the same dates up here, this is what you call the hard lock, meaning even myself, the advisor or the administrator, can't be able to make changes before 30th of June. But if you don't put these lock dates in here, even if you put the lock dates up here, the advisor can able to make changes. But if you really need to make changes before these dates, just simply remove these dates, right? Click Save. Now, that is the financial chart of account. This will be explained on my next videos. The tax rate. Tax rate, you don't need to do anything on the tax rate because this already has been a default setup in Xero. And it's just very simple: 10% on GST income and 10% on GST expenses. What are the BAS excluded items? These are transactions that's not covered by the GST regime, and there are accounts in the chart of account which the tax code is coded as BAS excluded, meaning you don't need to account for GST on those accounts and transactions. GST-free expenses, these are accounts or bank transact or some transactions, spendings or income that doesn't require to pay or claim GST on it, similar with the GST-free income. So let's go back to advanced accounting. So tracking categories, the tracking categories is the different categories. Simply, if you have a business, for example, in Australia, and you have different branches on different locations, let's say you have branch in Melbourne, one branch in Sydney, and one branch in West Australia. This is what is it for. So east side, west side, these are branches. So when you do the account coding, it will give you an option to choose. For example, if you receive money from certain customers and it's coming from east side, so when you do the account coding, you will have to click east side. So what is this for then? So at the end of the period, if all of the income and expenses is categorized, you will be able to generate the profit and loss showing the income and expenses per branches, which is very helpful for the business, because if I have different branches on different places, I would like to see which one is making money, which one, how much is the income for each branch and how much is the expenses for each branch. And Xero can also generate a report showing the combined income for all of the branches or category. So that is the tracking. Report calls, you don't need to worry about much of it, but report codes, as you can see, if you see for review 31 items, these are the accounts that you need to give attention to. Let's say, for example, accrued liabilities. Accrued liabilities normally is the current liability, so you don't need to do anything because it's already there. Let's say, for example, tracking is transfer honest drawings. I'm just looking for a good examples in here. Okay, let's say, for example, right, okay, inventories, right. So inventories obviously is under assets and other current assets. Okay, you don't need to do anything with this one. So it's already been classified. Yeah, and this report codes is like account code mapping, and if you will set up each account code properly, when you generate the year-end financial reports, it will show the balance sheets and all the items in the balance sheet correctly and nicely. Right, so let's go back. Report fields conversion balances. So this is the last one, which is very important. Conversion balances actually are this is where you can enter all the closing, all the balances from last year. Let's say, for example, you decided to start a new account in Xero beginning 1st of July 2021. What's being required here is you will have to enter the closing balance of your financial report as of 30th of June 2021 up in here. So once you enter the closing balance and you generate the balance sheet, it will gonna give you a comparative balance sheet of your 2020 and then 2021. So your closing balances will be your beginning balances for 1st of July 2021. So why 1st of July 2021? In Australia, the financial period begins on the 1st of July and ends on the 30th of June. But there's some companies who started 1st of January and end on December 31st. But normally here in Australia, our financial period is from 1st of July and ends on the 30th of June. So once you're happy with all your entries in here, you can lock the balances and click save. Click save. So basically, that is an advanced accounting. Okay, those are the settings under the organization menu. And you can see all the other stuff down here as well. The next one is the dashboard. As explained earlier on, the dashboard shows the snapshot of the business. So once the business has the bank account connected and active and the bank feeds is automatically feeding in Xero, all of these bank accounts will automatically appear on the dashboard. So if the business has two or three or more bank accounts, all of them will be shown up here. So at the moment, we're showing two bank accounts, and one of the bank accounts says it's reconciled, so meaning there's no new transaction that needs attention to. And this other bank account shows it's being highlighted here saying you have to reconcile 26 items. 26 items are the new bank transactions. Some of them is probably cash receipt and some of them are spending expenses. So it needs attention. So when you see it highlighted and it shows how many items in there, you need to jump on it and do the account coding, and so that you can able to do the bank reconciliation afterwards. So the next one is the cash in and out. Actually, this is the snapshot of the cash flow. And what is this all about? So let's have a look on April. If you hover the cursor on each bar, so the gray one is the cash out, and the blue one, the blue bar, is the cash in. And obviously, by just looking on the month of April and the two bars in it, it shows that our cash out is much more higher than the total cash receipt for the month and similar to the previous months. So without looking on your bank account, you can show by just looking on each graph in here, on each bar, that you have been overspending from the previous month and your cash income or cash receipts is a bit less to cover the spendings. Now go up to the top, account watch list. What is an account watch list? This is the snapshot of some of the accounts that you have chosen from the chart of account. The reason for you in doing this is some of the key accounts, let's say for example the sales account, you would like to see how much sales have you generated for the month and year to date. And let's say for example the office expenses, I would like to keep track on my office expenses. How much am I spending already since the beginning of the year? So for the month of April, it shows nothing, but I already have spent 1,540 year to date. So now, if you have chosen to add more other accounts to be shown on the account watch list, so just simply click on these three dots in here and edit the account watch list, and it will take you to the chart of account. Let's say, for example, I would like to monitor my, for example, advertising, okay, consulting and accounting expenses. Just simply click on that account and then click the box before show on dashboard watch list. Click save and then go back to the dashboard. And now your consulting and accounting fees is now being shown. And at the moment, there's not much of expenses. For this month, you only spent $49. So that's how you add in, and that's how you delete as well. Just click on that one and it will take you to the chart of account and click edit the account. So the next snapshot is this one, invoices owed to you. This is basically your accounts receivable. And under this quick snapshot, it shows how much are those accounts which is still awaiting for payment, overdue accounts, and other total of your invoices up to date. And down here below is the bills that you need to pay. This is basically your accounts payable. And yeah, and it shows you how much are those bills that you still have to pay. Now, if you would like to edit this dashboard and to hide some of this snapshot you don't like to see, or add more of the other business snapshot, just click that edit dashboard, and there's one that's not being shown, which is the expense claim. Let's have it shown by just clicking this one. If you don't like to show the bills you need to pay, just untick it. But let's have it tick. Now you have included this expense claim. Click Save Changes. Now it's being shown on the dashboard. Now let's jump to the next menu bar, which is the business. The business menu shows the analytics, short-term cash flow business snapshot, and this is where you can access the invoices, codes, and sales overview. If you would like to create a new sales invoice for your customers, this is where you're gonna go. Just click the business menu and it will take you to invoices. And then create new invoice. And if you would like to record some bills and purchases on account, which is not paid yet, just go to bills to pay and create bill. And also down here, is shown the expense claim. If you have some expense claims that needs to be recorded, you can access these functions here. And if you would like to manage your inventories, you can click on the products and services and organize your list of inventories up here. Right, so under the accounting menu shows your access to bank accounts reports in advance. So under this menu, when you click on bank accounts, it will take you to this page where you can able to add your bank accounts, transfer money, bank rules, and generate the encoded statement lines. So this bank rules and encoded statement is very important for you to know because this will help you a lot. And I think we will explain that on the next videos. And reports. As you can see down here below, there's a star sign before reports, there's a star sign on the advance. Meaning, this means that all of these selected reports has been added to your favorites. So that you don't need to go to the reports and find which report that you would like to access very quickly. So by having this included among your favorites, this will gonna give you a quick access on these reports. If you like, I want to generate the balance sheet, so just generate the balance sheet. So you don't need to go and find where you can find these reports, and it will take you there. Now let's go back to the accounting. Another one is the advanced, where you can find the chart of account, and this is the advanced setting. You can find the chart of accounts and find and record under the advanced setting, which you can find it here. And there's a lot of clicking that needs to be done. So see, we already have included it among your favorites by clicking on the star sign before the reports. So that's been included. So under the payroll, this is a big discussion and we will be covering this on the next videos. And also projects. Projects is being used by some other entities or businesses, like for example, an IT company who's providing website creation. So if they will assign certain projects to some employees, and the employee costs, for example, $50 an hour for his rates. And once you put his entries, the owner can calculate how much it costs them by this staff doing the project. So it will gonna give an idea, and they can track the costs to produce or finish these projects. And contacts, obviously, is the list of all your customers and suppliers, and this is where you record all the contact details, the legal names, contact details, emails, and other important information for the customers and suppliers. And groupings. The groupings here is for the contractors. If the entity is dealing with subcontractors, or for example, there are some works that they have to outsource or pay them as a subcontractors. Those payments to these certain subcontractors needs to be reported to the Australian Tax Office at the end of the year, and that's why we will need to group who are these contractors, because in Xero, by grouping or classifying certain suppliers as a contractor, we can able to generate certain reports which we call TPAR, or taxable payments annual reports. So this is another tax reporting system, tax reporting compliance required by the Australian Tax Office, that any entities who's dealing with subcontractors needs to report all the payments made to them at the end of the year. That's why you can see up here groups and contractors, and I think this is unique for Xero users in Australia. And the next icon up here is the plus sign. When you click the plus sign, it will take you to different functions in Xero. So like here, you will have a quick access on the invoice if you would like to create the sales invoice, the bills, and if you would like to enter new contacts, create a purchase order. And this is where you can access as well very easily the manual journal, and spend money, receive money, and transfer money. The notification bell up here is being used. You will receive these notifications from Xero every time they have new releases, or every time there is new bank fit status that gets updated. And if you are the subscriber and the payments has been processed, you will receive notifications from here. Now you can go to the settings. If you don't like to receive those notifications, just simply click this icon here and then click save. But let's leave it at the moment. And this one is the help button. If you have any questions or any help on how to navigate Xero, like for example bank reconciliations, I don't know how to do bank reconciliations, just do the search up here and it will take you to Xero Central. And this is where you can also contact Xero support, and you can leave your any queries to them, and they normally will get back to you for some help. And these 9 dots in here, okay, right, okay. Let's refresh. Oops, that's going away. Yep. These 9 dots in here, this is where all the apps store, and these are all the available apps that can be integrated to Xero. Or you can also find these connected apps up here. Go to settings, connected apps. At the moment, this demo company doesn't have any connected apps. Now, for example, you're within the organization file. So I would like to find any apps for inventory. So just type inventory and it will show you all the different apps that do the same that offers the same features. Let's say for example I would like to use inventory planner. So just click get this up, and then this will gonna be integrated to your Xero. But choosing any app to be integrated to any accounting softwares of the business lies on the decision of the business owners or their accountants or bookkeepers, because you will have to pay an extra for this, and sometimes the owners will have to consult their bookkeepers in Australia, or also have to consult their accountants whether do I need to use these certain apps. So the last one is the user menu up here. So when you click the edit profile, when you click the edit profile, this is where you can update your personal information or business information up here, and this is where you can upload your picture as well. Under the account, This is where you can change your login details and login details and password, and also opt in to two-step authentication. When you click learning Xero Central, this will take you to access your Xero education, and this is where you can log out as well. So basically, those are the different menu bars in Xero that you need to understand what are the functions of these different menu bars and what can you find on these different icons when you click on them. So this is how you will gonna get around this accounting software. This is how you're going to find things. Now, the next one that I am going to discuss is yes, if you would like to check your login history, just simply click on this one and it will take you to your login history showing when did you last log in, what time, which location, and your IP address. So if myself, I can see that there's some logins that's happening here and it's showing somewhere in India and I don't have any connections with anyone in India, that will gonna raise suspicions and I will have to contact support because that means someone is trying to hack my data or uh, organization details, information. So basically, that's how you navigate Xero. Just try to explore each one of here and more on exploring the settings. Right. So let's have a look what's next to be discussed. Right. Practice your new skills. To put your new skills into practice, please follow these simple steps. Log into your demo account and go to chart of accounts. So let's do some exercises. So we're already logged into our demo account and the exercise asks us to log in to find the chart of account. You can find the chart of account by typing chart of account in here. Unfortunately, under the demo company, the search button is not working, but if you will access an organization with a paid subscription, so you could be able to find, simply type chart of account and access the chart of account. The next way of finding the chart of account is go to your accounting menu bar and it's already been included in your favorites up here. And the last one is simply go to the settings up here and the chart of account is sitting on the next page. So you will need to click this looking for advanced settings and there where you can find the chart of account. So the next exercise is from the navigation bar. Please click the navigation bar, click the plus icon to create a test transaction. So, okay, so this is the plus icon bar. This is a quick access to any of those functions. So it's asking us to create a test transaction. Let's go to create a new sales invoice. Okay, this is a sales invoice. And let's say I would like to create a sales invoice for Ridgeway University. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's say all the details, I'm happy with that, due date. And I'm going to use the standard invoice format in Xero. And I would like, for example, development. These are the description of the items that I will be charging the clients and 10 units. So so I will be billing the clients for $900 with the GST, and then I will simply click approve. So the invoice has been approved, and I'm going to print the PDF so I can see how the invoice looks like. So this is how the invoice looks like. So basically, that's how you use the plus icon here, where you can have a quick access on those functions. Please note that the invoices can also be found under the business section. Right, the next one and the last one is click your last login link to view the recent activity from your account. So simply, okay, click on the dashboard and This is where you can find your last login details 7 hours ago, and I have already shown it before. So it shows when did you last log in 4 hours ago, where, and what is the IP address. So basically, that finishes of this presentation. And okay, I still have this one. Logins, I think, oh yes, we have already covered this topic. Okay, so I'm going backwards. So, okay, lastly, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or relevant topics that you would like to be covered in the future, please leave your comments down below. And if you like the content of the video, please like and share and subscribe to our channel. So, I will be featuring another set of tutorials on my next video, and probably I will be covering how to customize the dashboard. Probably we have already covered the dashboard anyway, so I'll be choosing another next module in the Xero. Please note that I am following the modules covered on the Xero certification, at Xero Advisor certification. So at least if you're going to watch all my videos following all the modules, by the time that you would like to do your Xero certification and go on and read and do your test, at least you have an idea already of what to be asked on the online testing. So thank you. So and have a good day.